if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you guys are interested in a personal session, check out my website, readingswithbreanne.com. Let's dive into the topic for today. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm looking forward to doing a bit of a spur of the moment tarot read for you guys, but I was scrolling online earlier and I had a video that popped up that really caught my attention, and I want to do a tarot dive to see what's coming out of this. So this is in relations to a video I seen regarding James O'Keefe. So on X, I mean, I have to be a little careful with what I say on here, you guys. So, you know, if you guys are not familiar, just a brief summary again. James O'Keefe is, he's a guerrilla journalist. He's known as a guerrilla journalist, and he's very much dedicated his life when it comes to exposing corruption through undercover investigations. So he has a video or a post he made on X the other day, and this is, you know, it has clips on Pfizer, it has some clips on Epstein, and I mean, some other things going on there. So you guys can go check that out if that's something you're interested on, but there was a comment on there where it said, "They cannot unalive us all." And he's made some recent, I guess, public announcements about fear for his safety, and he's going to be going dark for the next little while. So I'm kind of curious to see what, you know, is there some big news and a big story that's going to come out that's really going to like wake people up, like really big news? Or, I mean, is this, you know, just surface level stuff? So we're going to dive into the tarot and see what it has to say. One thing that kind of like scratched my head, like where I was scratching my head a little bit here, is I'm going to pull up, I seen a video, and this was, the title here was about Alex Jones, and it says, "Alex Jones breaks internet and announces that O'Keefe made him a dead man switch for the new Epstein evidence." And it's just kind of weird that, I mean, let me know what you guys think, but if Alex Jones is the dead man switch, then why is he announcing that to the entire world, right? It seems a little bizarre. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going to come out of the tarot, but let's dive in and look at and dig into some of the questions when it comes to this topic. Now, I'm trying to see where I want to start with the questions, because something else that I found was interesting too is, I don't know if this is at all related, but I seen a quick video on Trump saying he has some really big news that he's sharing. I don't even know, maybe this has already been shared. This was something I seen earlier today, this morning, and I'm filming this later in the day, so I haven't looked to see if there was any new news that came out about Trump's announcements. But, you know, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if this is related, but let's start with the, let's say, information that James O'Keefe has, or although I'm not super familiar with his whole journey, let's say, but I've scrolled, I got his X up here on my other screen, and there's quite a bit in here when it comes to Prince Andrew, to just taking down a lot of ties with trafficking circles and much, much more. But that is a huge one. So let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, what can you share about this information? Because for a lot of you guys that are watching this, I mean, for some of us, we're just called these crazy conspiracy theorists, and you know, some people think none of this is truly happening, but I have to say this trafficking ring is very much something that needs to be taken down. It's happened for way, way too long, and it's unfortunate. Even look at the recent passing of Virginia, Joffrey, right? So let's see, Spirit, what can you share about this big news that James O'Keefe is releasing? I think I read somewhere that, yeah, look at this, the storm, somewhere where he had 400 pages of uncovered documents when relations to the Epstein case that have been hidden and, you know, hidden from the public. What can you share about what James O'Keefe has to share, Spirit? The vision. Wow. The vision. We have the storm. Let's take one more. The fault line, you guys. Wow. All right, let's pull some tarot on this. I just kind of want to see the momentum of this information he has. Let's see how is this going to come out in terms of how are people going to take it? How deep is it, right? How big is this news? My question is like, how big is this information that he has when it comes to other... It feels like it could be linked to many different things, such as the ring with Epstein, and also Pfizer from, there's many things in there. So Spirit, let's pull a general energy. What can you share with the moon? What can you share with us, Spirit, on this topic, on this big bombshell to come out? Three of Cups. Ooh. Interesting, because you guys, Judgment on the back of the deck here. This is quite interesting. So let's take a look at this a little bit deeper. I have to say, based off of what we have here, I do think that he has something big to release. We have the fault line, and this is like something about to explode, coming through the cracks here. And it's coming pretty fast here. We have the moon. This is all the secrets, the illusions. But it's interesting too, we have Three of Cups here in reverse, and sometimes this is a betrayal. Somebody maybe even in his inner circle, or it's like someone's compromised is what it feels like. So I almost feel like I keep getting that. The blonde lady, is that Pam Bondi? I think that's her name. Let me know if I'm way off on that, but I think that's correct. And she was very much involved in releasing the Epstein files. So I'm almost wondering if there's something to do with her energy, and, you know, is she stalling? What is really going on behind the scenes with that? So interesting. But look at this, you guys. We have the Death as well, the Death card. So we have Eight of Wands, which is something really rapidly coming out. And this could be, again, multiple things. This is like not just one thing. This could even be multiple layers. And this could be information coming out in the next, in the days ahead here. So interesting. It's fast, it's intense, and it's like a burst of truth here. So I was kind of wondering how deep it was going to be, because again, sometimes we really expect like, yes, finally there's going to be exposure, and then you just get like little breadcrumbs, right? So it's like, okay, are these just more breadcrumbs, or is it going to be something big? Judgment. I think for a lot of people, I'm gonna pull some more cards on this to see if I'm seeing this right. But I think for a lot of people that maybe are, skeptical, have skepticism around this whole conspiracy theory and everything that's really happening, it's gonna be a big wake-up call. This is huge, and this is offering some kind of tangible evidence, and it is going to make its rounds, because Three of Wands is an expansion with this exposure of information. So I think it's gonna travel quite far, and it's gonna wake up potentially a lot of people here. And we have that vision for James O'Keefe as well. So he's definitely that big disruptor rocking the boat, and we've got that fault line with the secrets and the illusions that have been hidden from the public for so long. So there does feel like a valid reason why he's fearful for his life, because I do think he has something here from what I can see. So let me double check with the cards and see if I'm seeing that correctly. Does this information and the information that James O'Keefe have and presenting that he is presenting to the public, is this going to wake a lot of people up, or is it just more breadcrumbs? Can you show us, Spirit, how intense this, or how deep this really goes? Tower moment, you guys. It's big. I feel like this is a big shakeup. Look at that. The fault line. Wow. Okay, we have judgment again, you guys. Tower and judgment. And guess what? 9 of Pentacles. And this card could really represent a lot to do with trafficking. Right there. Oh my goodness. Underneath that, page of maybe even little ones as well, to do with children. So this is crazy. What do you guys think about this? I'm actually really blown away to see this, because again, part of me thought there was just going to be little breadcrumbs that were going to come out, but I actually see this being really big. I really do. The fact that we have Tower and the Judgment confirming that is huge, you guys. So I'm wondering then, all right, and okay, this is a side note. I almost wonder if this is going to be, even there's information that he potentially has showing that maybe somebody that we think has passed is actually still alive. So wouldn't that be crazy? I have to pull a few cards on it. Let's see what the tarot has to say with the question of, is Epstein, is he still alive? Let's just see what the tarot has to say. Knight of Swords, and we have the Fool. What do you guys say? Knight of Swords, that I get a repositioning, and the Fool is a whole new identity. So I know that sounds so crazy, you guys. What do we have on the back? 5 of Swords. There you go. There you go, you guys. 5 of Swords. This is a crime. This is walking away. This is winning at all costs. Let me know what you guys think. This is just an energy report. I mean, no facts here, just tarot reading, but interesting. I am pretty blown away with what we got today. So let's see, what other questions do we want to approach with this topic? Not saying that that's what exactly is coming out, but I just find it interesting that the Death card is in the situation. So definitely could be in relations to all the awful, tragic things that happen with the children, with the trafficking. I mean, I'm sure that list goes on, and it's just absolutely awful. So that's a exposure, and I do think that James has something with this energy, and this information is going to have global reach with that 3 of Wands. So I do think that it is going to, Judgment twice and Tower moment, it is going to shake up a lot of people. So with that being said, I just want to pull a couple cards on a curiosity that I have, because going back to the whole Alex Jones being a kill switch, or I guess what they call like a dead man switch, I mean, aren't those supposed to be silent, right? Maybe seeing it from a perspective that it's signaling, hey, I have, this person behind me, so if anything happens, then this is going to be broadcasted. So I guess we can look at it from that angle, but let's just pull a few cards on it here. Spirit, what can you share about the recent statement about Alex Jones being, let's say, a dead man switch. So let's just see what the cards have to say about this connection between Alex and James with the whole dead man switch. Oh, strategic manipulation. Not always manipulation, but let's see. This is being strategic, being resourceful too, but also lies. Let's see, what else can you share with us about this, Spirit? Okay, so there we have James going in hermit mode. There's that Three of Cups in reverse again. Definitely a trust there with Alex. Interesting. I mean, part of it, I keep getting the word is like theatrical, and it's like them really drawing a lot of attention to this, but it does seem very strategic with how they're going about this. I mean, part of it's like, oh, just release it, right? We're waiting for this unfortunate, information to be released. It's really hard to see, but we know, a lot of us know this is already going on, and it's time for the rest of the people to see it behind the scenes. We have that deep state, the cabal energy. So anyway, when I look at this, it's like the energy of hermit. So I see James kind of going in hiding. This is him withdrawing, and he is leaving strategically Alex Jones with information here, because we have a pretty good partnership, it looks like, and he is somebody that can broadcast that out. He has a pretty big following. So outcome there, we also have the Page of Swords, which is surveillance. This is the media watching and what's aspecting that. So to me, it feels like, yes, it looks like this is strategically done, even though when I think about it, you would think that this would put a bigger target on both of their backs, but I guess just my perspective and how I'm seeing it. But from their end, it looks like there is strategic moves behind the surface there. It's almost like it's more of a chest move, right? That's what I see. So, my goodness, let me know what you guys think about this. So let's just end this with the question of, if there's some big stuff coming out here, will there be actual arrests taking place from some big political heads, or maybe royals, or whatnot? What can you share, Spirit, in terms of this information or evidence coming out in the potentially days ahead, or maybe weeks ahead here? Will there be actual takedowns and arrests here? Can we see this, Spirit? 10 of Cups. Justice, you guys. I like it. Yes, yes, yes. What's the outcome? Wow. All right. So off the bat, you guys, I really do see this. Like, I love that we have justice in the situation. Okay, so this is really positive. Breakthrough with evidence. So many of us have been waiting for like accountability when it comes to all these crimes and corrupt individuals, right? Now, the only thing that I'm just a little bit like about is the outcome is the 5 of Cups. Is this going to be a little watered down in terms of bringing these big political figures down? Yes, we're going to absolutely see some big news come out, and yes, some takedowns, but at the same time, the 5 of Cups is a disappointment. So it's either one of two perspectives. This is a disappointment because a lot of the everyday normal people are like, oh my goodness, this is a disheartening energy to see what's happening, especially if we're going to see a lot of evidence coming out to trafficking and children and all of that awful stuff. So this could represent, yes, absolutely, this is takedowns, and we have justice, we have accountability, yes, but also it is like, wow, I cannot believe our eyes have been closed to all these awful things that have been happening, because that's how a lot of these, remember, we had justice twice, and a lot of you guys that are tuning into this and have been on this journey, you guys know this is happening behind the scenes, right? But a lot of people still have closed eyes to it. So there is an energy here showing like, yes, this is happening, but there's a disheartening energy of the people that are waking up and didn't realize this was happening behind the scenes. But I'm also getting a potential watered down energy here, or I don't know if I want to say watered down, but it's still a bit of a like a delay, because we have the 10 of Wands on the back of the deck, which is a heavy burden, and the 5 of Cups is a disappointment. So the only reason why I feel like we would have a disappointment to this justice is because it doesn't happen fast enough, right? For us, in our eyes, right? It is maybe things being delayed with interference, because there's that crimes, there's that winning at all costs yet again, right? So, I mean, it absolutely has the power, you guys, to lead to justice here and legal action and arrests. But I am a little bit disappointed with the disappointment card, which does show this may be very much delayed when it comes to the public seeing this with our own 2 eyes, okay? So let me know what you guys think, but I definitely think that we are headed into a direction of a big wake-up call, which some stuff is ready to be leaked. There's breakthroughs coming out here, breakthroughs and evidence. So let me just pull a final, I'm going to pull an oracle, I think. All right, let me just see if I can get a little bit more clarity, Spirit. When it comes to this 5 of Cups, what can you share with us about the 5 of Cups energy? We do have the light. Interesting. We do have the light coming out. We do have mental conflict. Let's get one more. And, oh, okay, we got a lot. But we got triumph and success. And we have accelerated motion. I'm not sure if I'm going to take all these because there's tons here. But, yeah, this is like just like half the deck. So back of this deck does show accelerated motion, which is what we had before with James. Remember, 8 of Wands, which is fast movement, rapid progress, rapid fire with the information coming out. And at the end of the day, it is headed into a success, a triumph here, but there still is some stuff going on behind the scenes with that mental conflict energy. So whether this is a conflicted energy because it's showing the everyday people of what, hey, like, look at what is really happening behind the scenes, and that is a heavy thing to bear, or if it's really taking down these people, but it's like, here's all the evidence, but it's still a slow process in getting these people, let's say, arrested. Okay, so let me know what you guys think, but that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. That was an interesting cards that came out today, but I'm sending you guys so much love and light on your path wherever you guys are. And until next time, bye for now, friends.